Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. The name of the Father being Yahweh, meaning He exists. The name of the Son being Yahweh Shai, meaning He delivers. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east towards Jerusalem. Call halal, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, the water. Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone, Shalom, to the 144,000 and the elect of the nation of Israel who are today identified as descendants of the slaves, so-called African Americans, so-called Hispanics, Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. My name is Micah Allah, and today I want to talk about the Persians. All right, the Persians in relation to Babylon. Okay, open borders under Biden could help Iran retaliate with U.S. terror sleeper cells, former FBI boss. All right, and the Persians in the Bible are today the Iranians. It says United States officials are sounding the alarm regarding the threat of terror-backed sleeper cells within the country just hours after President Donald Trump successfully ordered the elimination of key nuclear facilities within Iran. All right, and sleeper cells, those are undercover military, undercover soldiers that are behind enemy lines. You know, they're in enemy territory, but they're not active. All right, they're just waiting. They're undercover. They might be disguised. You know, might be living a day-to-day life as a civilian. All right, and they're just waiting for a signal from their home country, from their military, to get activated, so they can go out and carry out, you know, terror attacks, you know, attack military installations, and maybe even kill civilians too. Just hours after Trump addressed the nation on U.S. military strikes on the Iranian nuclear sites, the DHS released a new memo sounding the alarm to a heightened threat environment in the United States. All right, and you got to thank Biden for opening up that border. All right, letting everybody and their grandma in, and the dog. With the regime's nuclear program severely set back and its infrastructure bombarded during Israel's operation, one former FBI boss told Fox News Digital that Iran and its proxies could resort to their original tactic, terrorism. And the border crisis under the Biden administration only exacerbates the threat of terror cells in the U.S. activating to harm Americans at home. The likelihood of violent extremists in the homeland independently mobilizing to violence in response to the conflict would likely increase if the Iranian leadership issued a religious ruling calling for retaliatory violence against targets in the homeland, the bulletin states. And there ain't going to be no Jack Bauer to protect you. There ain't going to be no Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, none of that. Ain't going to be nobody stopping this. All right, they're gonna. Matter of fact, they let this happen, man. Jack Bauer's now a double agent, man. He's letting this shit happen. All right. And you got this. Oh, this is an old article. It's more like a week ago, 20 to 22nd. This is much more recent. All right, this for the 30th. By sleeper cells and threat warnings. How the U.S.-Iran conflict is spinning up fear. As the war between Iran and Israel intensified, teasing the eventual involvement of the U.S. military, American security agencies began to warn of a looming threat of Tehran-backed sleeper cells known to be active stateside that could be called in for retaliatory strikes. And it says they're known to be active. They know that they're there. They know. And now they're saying, no, it could happen. No, they know. All right. The Lord set these people up to do this, right, to bring about the destruction of America. All right, Babylon. Said McDonald explained that any attacks on the U.S. homeland, especially with another Trump presidency more than willing to escalate and carry out unprecedented killings, is a contingency asset for regimes like Iran. All right, so these are all just signs of prophecy, man. All right, I'm gonna read this and leave it at that. Daniel 5 verse 25. This is the message that was written. Many tekel and parson. This is what these words mean. Many means numbered. Yahweh has numbered the days of your reign and has brought it to an end. All right, Babylon. All right, America. Its days are numbered. All right, the Lord has that date in which America is gonna be uh, gone. All right, America's gonna be gone. There's be no more America. No more home of the brave. All right. Tekel means weighed. You have weight on the balances. You have been weighed on the balances and not measured up. All right, there's no justice found in America. All right, no. The only righteousness found in America is are the elect. All right, the 1/3 and the rest of the elect that are in that country. All right, everybody else is wicked and is slated for destruction if they stay there. All right, and they can still be destroyed even if they leave that country. Like the Lord's gonna bring judgment worldwide. Parson means divided. Your kingdom has been divided and given to the Medes and Persians. All right, that's the Russians and the Iranians. Right, it's been is being given into their hand. Right, you know how when the Lord, He says in the book of Kings, First or Second Kings or Chronicles or any other Chronicles, oh, the Lord has delivered a so and so enemies into your hand, David. All right, so that's what the Lord is doing with America. All right, these con- he's delivering America into these countries. All right, into Putin's hands. All right, the Khamenei's hands. So America's days are numbered. All right, and there are going to be sleeper cells activated. They're going to attack. All right, once that war pops off, they're going to call these people in and say, "Hey, man, do what you got to do." They're going to get a phone call, and then they're going to do what they got to do, man. All right, attacking probably blow up buses, trains, and probably attack important places. Like the New York Stock Exchange, or maybe even military buildings, the Pentagon. Man, who knows, man? That's what they're gonna do, right? Because the Lord, all right, the Lord hasn't found any righteousness in America, man, right? Except the elect. Right? It's like when Abraham asked the Lord about Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction. Well, "Oh, Lord, but what if you find, 50 men that are righteous?" Man, the Lord ain't gonna find nobody except the elect, and the elect are gonna be taken out of there. All right, the elect are gonna be delivered there because that destruction has to come anyways. All right. That destruction is going to be so complete. Destruction of America is going to be so complete. It's going to be 100% and so complete that there's going to be no choice but for the elect to be extracted out of there. All right, via the chariots, all right, so-called UFOs before that destruction comes. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope the video was edifying. Shalom.